Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I, of course, am Diego. And today we're going to continue to talk about High Fidelity. That's right, High Fidelity, that wonderful movie from the year 2000. I am Diego, and what I do here is I give you a straight man's point of view, okay? I cut the bullshit, cut through all that crap, okay? This series is called Chick-Flicks for Guys, okay? And the reason I wanted to do this is that you never really see movies like this. They don't make very many of them. I've only can name like maybe 3 or 4 off the top of my head, and that's it. Whereas the whole genre of chick flicks is a fucking mile long, the list, okay? There's all sorts of genres out there, but chick flicks, that's what I'm talking about because that's the one that guys never talk about. Why do we not talk about those things? It's because we're guys. Okay, we don't tend to go see those movies. Okay, the 50 Shades of shit. Okay, all that crap. We don't see that shit. Okay, we typically don't. It's usually women and gay guys that watch that stuff. Okay, well, I'm neither one. Okay, so I'm going to give you a straight man's point of view. That's a point of view you didn't get. Okay, when you watch these movies with your girlfriends and your gay friends and all that kind of shit, ladies. And guys, if you're watching, okay, we're delving into the emotions. We're delving into a topic that typically guy movies don't go into. Okay, a little bit they do, but not so much. Okay, we're talking about relationships. Okay, we're talking about attraction, about fall in love, about cheating on each other, about arguments and fights and all these crazy things that happen when you're involved with a woman. Okay, all the kind of shit the women put us through and the benefits that they give us as well. Okay, I'm not going to sell the women short here. Okay, I don't do that either. Okay. But what happens here on this YouTube channel is in this section here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down this chick flick. It's a chick flick for guys. It's called High Fidelity from 2000, okay, starring John Cusack. And John Cusack plays a guy who deals with relationships. He's going to deal with rejection. He's going to deal with why all of his relationships keep getting fucked up. Why do all the girls leave him? Why do they all cheat on him? He doesn't understand why this keeps happening. And so he talks to us, the audience. This movie is in the first person. He breaks the fourth wall. But also, he's explaining his frame of mind. And he's trying to figure out, he's on a journey to figure out why all these women keep hurting him, okay? He's got a top 5 list of women that have broken up with him, that have hurt his feelings, okay, the worst ones, okay? And now he's exploring each one of those relationships and trying to find out why his current girlfriend dumped him. He doesn't understand why, so he's depressed, okay? And as he keeps talking to us and as we see flashbacks about his life, okay, and what his life is like right now, we're starting to put a picture together on who this character is, this John Cusack character. His name is Rob Gordon. He owns a music store, a record store, okay, in Wicker Park in Chicago, right there off of Milwaukee and Owner, okay? That's my neighborhood. I'm from Chicago, okay? So this movie really hits close to home. I know what it's like to live in that neighborhood. I know what it's like to be dating. I was younger than him, though. I was in my 20s when I saw this movie. He's in his 30s here. But I know what it's like to go to those bars. I've been to all those bars that are in this movie. I've been to those clubs, okay? I know the neighborhood very, very well, okay? And I know what it's like to be dating people, okay? In that environment, okay? And the kind of the pitfalls that happen to us, the relationship problems that men have, okay? That women, you don't have those problems, not the same way we do, okay? But they make a shitload of movies about your problems. They don't make any about us. This is one of the exceptions to that rule, and that's why I wanted to talk about High Fidelity, okay? It's a chick flick for guys, and one of the best ones I've ever seen. That's why it was my first pick to do in this series. Don't worry, once I'm done, I will go back to fucking reviewing the chick flicks again. I already reviewed every episode of Sex and the City. I already reviewed Thelma and Louise, Romeo and Juliet. The last chick flick I reviewed was fucking The Notebook. What a piece of shit that was. Okay, there's also, League of Their Own, Pretty Woman. I've already destroyed those movies, okay? And I got more coming. I got a lot more coming. Right now, I'm not going to destroy this movie. I'm going to praise it. But it's not a perfect movie, okay? And I'm going to call out the bullshit in there as well. Some of the stuff, is not realistic, but so much more of it is that I think it's worthy of me to praise the movie, okay? So anyway. I'm going to give you a straight man's point of view. I do not censor myself here, so if you're easily offended, get the fuck out right now. I will not censor myself to spare your feelings. I don't know you, but I got nothing to gain by lying to you. So I'm going to tell you the truth, whether you like it or not. I'm going to give it to you straight up, baby, with no lube. No lube here. All right, so let's continue. Now, this is part 9, I believe. I'm going to break down the entire movie, every fucking scene, and I'm going to give you my commentary, tell you what's going on, and catch you up. Okay, and I'm going to put in a lot of my anecdotes here about stuff that happened in my own personal life and how I relate to things and how I feel about the situations in this movie. Okay, so let's move along here. Okay. All right, so where we left off last time, Rob, he's in his office, okay? Now, there was just a scene where they wouldn't sell a record to this nerdy guy, but they sold it to this guy they thought was cool. And so the guy tells them, you guys are all cultural elitists. You think you're better than everybody else because you're these unappreciated scholars. You shit on everybody else because they don't know as much about records as you do, so you think you're special, that kind of thing. And it's true, they do. And I made a reference to my comic books, okay? Like, if I could work at a comic book store, I'd be surrounded by comic book nerds, and we would talk comic books the whole fucking time. So I totally totally understand that frame of mind. Okay, the way Rob Gordon is with his records, okay, that's the way I am with my comic books. And now my superhero movies, because comic books is a dead industry. But anyway, moving right along. So Robert goes to his office, okay, to make a phone call, okay. He considers selling the store. He's depressed, because his girlfriend dumped him. He can't really get out of this funk that he's in. He's upset. He's just like, it's moody, He's anxious. He's tired. He just has no energy, right? Well, it's going to get worse, okay? So he considers just selling the record store and going to work at a Virgin Records and never looking back, all right? So anyway, he makes a phone call. He calls Liz. Now, Liz left we haven't seen her yet, but she left a message earlier in the movie for Laura. She is Laura's best friend. Laura is the girlfriend, is Rob's girlfriend, the one who just dumped him yesterday. Her name is Laura. Okay, he doesn't understand why she dumped him. Okay, well, he hasn't admitted to it yet. Okay, we don't know why. All we know as an audience member is that she dumped him and he's heard about it. He's upset. And because he's so upset, he's going to go through all of his old relationships, okay, to find out what he's doing wrong, where he fucked up, and why another girl fucking dumped him, okay? So he called, she left a message. Liz left a message. She's best friends. She's friends with both of them. So she said, hey, I'm not picking sides yet, but he calls her back, okay? And he speaks to her. She works downtown. I'm guessing she's a lawyer, just like his ex-girlfriend is, Laura, a lawyer who works downtown. They actually work right there off the Chicago River. I know because I fucking worked off the Chicago River too. I recognize the building they're in. Okay, they film a lot of movies in that building. They filmed Dark Knight in that building too. But anyway, so that's going on here. He calls her. She actually answers the phone. She wants to see how he's doing. And Rob tells her, it's like, I'm hanging in there. I'm okay. Maybe we just aren't right for each other right now, but time will tell. Okay. If it's time to move on, then it's time to move on, and Liz tells him that, she really liked him, Rob and Laura together. He thought they made a cute couple. She thought that they complemented each other very well, and she's got to be honest. She tells him, I got to be honest with you, Rob. I really don't care too much for this Ian guy, and once you hear that, Rob's just like, but there's no conclusion because all of a sudden Dick is Rob's employee. He's a skinny, nerdy, bald guy who's also a fucking musical savant too, who works at the store. He bursts in the office and says like, oh, Marie DeSalle is in the record right. She's right here right now. She's at the record store right now. So he's like, I got to call you back, Liz. Okay, so he's like tries to compose himself. Now, Marie DeSalle is played by Lisa Bonet. She's a singer. He went to this club to go see her sing. She's a beautiful, talented singer. It's Lisa Bonet, of course she is. Okay, and she sang "Baby I Love Your Ways" by Peter Frampton. He liked it. He bought a CD from her. They invited her to come to his store one day. So of course, today's the day that she decides to come to his store. Okay, and of course they're playing her music over the speaker system. Okay, they pick the music that they play inside the store. So they're playing her music already. So he's like kind of embarrassed and shit, and he goes up to her. He goes to talk to her in the store, and she's like, "Hey, I like your taste in music." He's like, "Oh well, if it's bothering you, I'll turn it down." She's like, "Oh, you should turn it up." He's like, "I'll do that. I got to go back to the office anyway, but because I got to go do something else. But when I go back there, I'll do what you told me. I'll do that whole thing. Okay? Or I'll turn. Okay, bye." And he walks away from her. She's like, what a weirdo, right? Now, this is not the way you make an impression on a girl, but like I said, his mind, he's not thinking about Marie DeSalle right now, okay? He likes her. You can tell that he likes her, but right now he's thinking about, who. Okay, so he goes back in the office. He closes the door. He closes the window so nobody can see. Okay, he's just like, who the fuck is this Ian guy? Okay, boom. Now, next thing we see is Rob. He's power walking down in Chicago in Wicker Park. He's walking back to his apartment. He's like, who the fuck is Ian? She does not know Ian. Laura does not know anybody named Ian. Nobody at her job is named Ian. None of her friends are named Ian. Okay, she lives in an Ian-free universe. So he's just trying to figure out who the fuck is this Ian guy, right? Well, he walks into his apartment building. He walks by the front door. He's like, she says, no, and then she looks over at the mail. He looks over at the mail. He goes through he throws the letters on the ground, but then the last letter there on the stack there is an I for a Mr. I. Raymond. I. Raymond. Ian Raymond. All of a sudden he figured, oh my God, this guy was our neighbor. He lived right upstairs. His apartment was right upstairs from us. And he starts thinking about all this shit about it. He's going, oh God, yeah, this guy was into fucking Bulgarian and Latin music, whatever the fuck was cool that week, and the Middle Eastern music was cool that week, and horrible cooking smells. And yeah, his name's Ian, but we didn't know that because he wanted us to call him Ray. His real name's Ian, but everyone calls him Ray. Ray. We called him Ray. And then he's like, horrible cooking smells upstairs. He's remembering this guy. He's like, oh my God, I didn't fucking like that guy. Well, I fucking hate him now. Okay, and he opens it, and he goes in his apartment, right? He's pissed. He just put two and two together, okay? Now, I said this before, okay? When women break up with a guy, especially a guy they're living with, when you get that fucking, when they give the breakup speech and they fucking move out immediately, okay, they've been fucking somebody else, okay? Girls don't break up the way guys do, okay? They don't break up the way guys do, okay? A stupid guy will break up with his girlfriend and not have another girl already waiting, okay? A smart guy will already have other girls waiting or already have another girl when he breaks up with a girl, okay? But most guys, they won't necessarily have another girl waiting when they break up with a girl. They break up with the girls because they think they're better than her. Usually that's what, I mean, there's all sorts of reasons, okay? I'm foregoing the obvious, like she cheated on him, so he broke up with her. I'm not talking about those type of breakups where the guy breaks up with the girl. I'm talking about how, like, if a guy just decides to break up with a girl, me personally, when I've broken up with a girl, it's because I had other options. Okay, it's because I had better looking girls who seemed more intelligent, more vivacious, who treated me nicer, who wanted to be with me, who let them know. These beautiful women wanted me in their life. They wanted me. They liked what I had to say. They liked hanging out with me. They liked my jokes. They had similar interests, and they seemed to like being around me. Okay, they gave me that impression. They weren't stuck up, snobby little bitches, like you see all the time on movies and TV shows, okay? If I'm getting that type of attention from multiple beautiful women, what the fuck do I need a girlfriend for? What the fuck do I need a girlfriend for who's just gonna fucking nag at me, complain that I don't fucking take her to Europe enough every fucking year? Why the fuck would I want that when I got girls that are fucking throwing themselves at me already? Okay, yeah, and then they're better looking too. So why would I see that? That's why a guy would cheat. Okay, because he has not because he's got one girl that he's in love with. Although that does happen too, but usually that happens to men with a low sexual market value. If they manage to get a girl that's pretty, they will leave their current girl. Okay, but once it doesn't work out with that fucking pretty girl, they got nothing. They got nothing. Okay. They got nothing going on in their life anymore, okay? That happens as well. But if you're a high value man, you've always got women throwing themselves at you at all times. So what the fuck do you need a girlfriend for? Especially one that fucking doesn't, doesn't fucking do everything for you like you wish she would, okay? That's what I'm talking about. If you're always nagging, if you're always being a bitch, you're putting on weight, you're always talking shit, you're always criticizing him, what the fuck would he want to stay with you when he's got all these beautiful women that want to be with him, okay? That's how guys cheat. Women are different. Women, they'll fucking pretend like nothing's wrong. They won't tell you what's going on. They'll just be like, oh no, I'm fine, that's okay. And they'll just be like, and a normal guy will think, oh yeah, she must be okay because she's not yelling at me. She's not nagging at me. She's not fucking cutting me down, emasculating me, complaining about this, complaining about that. So I must be doing a good job now. No, because she's fucking someone else. She's fucking someone else, that's why. You just don't know it yet, okay? She hasn't broken up with you yet, okay? In her mind, she's already broken up with you, but, she hasn't officially made that statement. See, guys, we're different. If you make the statement, we're breaking up, that's when we find out we're breaking up. Okay, you girls fucking, if I feel like I don't love him anymore, that's when we broke up. He doesn't need to know. See, that's the difference between men and women. Okay, but anyway, and that's what happened to him. Okay, he had no idea his girlfriend was gonna dump him, and then until she did. Okay, so he got caught, completely sidelined. Okay, he was blindsided by this completely. Okay. So now he understands that this girl's been fucking this other guy. It was his neighbor. And now he's sitting in bed. He cannot sleep. He's doing the whole sixth sense thing. He's got the blanket up to his nose, having horrible thoughts. He's having anxiety attacks, basically. He's fantasizing about Laura, his girlfriend, his ex-girlfriend, having sex with their neighbor, Ian. Okay? He can't sleep. He's pissed off, okay, and he's very upset. Now, I couldn't understand why he was so upset with Ray. Now, he said, like, I never liked the guy before, well, I fucking hate him now, okay? I don't understand why he said that. Okay, now, I get it on a superficial level. I understand why he hates Ray. The guy's fucking his girlfriend. And probably was when they were together, okay? But you got to remember, okay, he loves Laura. He wants Laura to come back. He wishes Laura would come back. That's why he's hurt. He's hurt because he loves his girlfriend and he wants her to come back. He just found out that she's been fucking around on him. But instead of being mad at her, he's mad at the guy. If anything, the guy is innocent in this. Ian is innocent in this. And I'm not just saying that because I fucking also slept with guys' girlfriends before. I'm not saying nothing because of that. No, I'm saying that, the only exception to that rule is if Rob was friends with Ian or if Rob was enemies with Ian. Completely. They did not like each other, and his girlfriend knew that, and then she slept with him anyway. That would have been a stab in the back. That would have been both of them conspiring against him. Okay? If Ian had been his friend, like a best friend or something, and she fucked him anyway, that would have been fucking stabbing him in the back. He got stabbed from both sides. the front and the back, okay? Then I can understand him hating them. But what I don't understand is why he doesn't hate her, okay? She's the one, obviously, that initiated this relationship. He could have been a single guy. He was a single guy, okay? She's the one that was in a relationship, okay? She fucking was the one who fucking cheated on her boyfriend. He wasn't cheating on nobody, okay? He didn't even fucking really know Rob at all. I mean, they barely knew each other, okay? So she was the one that instigated. She was the one that went outside, okay? So it was more her fault than it was his, okay? Absolutely, okay? This wasn't somebody that Rob knew. This wasn't somebody who already knew him on a personal level, okay, where it would hurt. This was basically a stranger, just a casual acquaintance, okay? And she fucked him behind her boyfriend's back, okay? It's her fault more than it is his fault, okay? So if anything, if this was me, I wouldn't be, I mean, I'd be upset, but I wouldn't be upset at Ian. I would have been upset with Laura. Because here I was loving her and wanting her to come back, and now I just found out this shit. Now I'd be mad. I'd be mad at Laura. I would not be mad at Ian, okay? But of course, he can't be mad at Laura because he loves her so much. Oh, you should do this to me. You know, fuck you, dude. Come on. Grow a pair, all right? So he can't sleep. You know, he's imagining that fucking Ian and Laura are having sex right now, and it's the best sex that she's ever had. She's making her come like a fucking, like a goddamn fucking Amtrak train, dude. She's just fucking coming and coming and coming. You know, anyway, he's got like superhuman sexual stamina. He just fucking can't stop, you know? And she's just loving it. She's fucking licking his fucking ear. All sorts of shit. Yeah. Yeah, exchanging sweat. Oh, pulling her hair. Oh, yeah. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. All right. Anyway, so he's imagining all that. Okay, and then he's remembering there was nights when they were in bed together, reading books in bed, and they could hear him fucking a girl upstairs. They could hear it. You know, and they were making little jokes about it. And if you look at in that scene, if you look at the book that she's reading, the cover on her book says "Love Thy Neighbor." Okay, so that should tell you something. Okay, she was already planning on fucking this guy upstairs. Okay, Rob's the one that had no idea. Okay, so he says something like, "Oh man, they go on for so long. You know, this guy never stops. You know, because they can hear him." And she's like, "I should be so lucky." You know, he saw it as a joke. Well, it wasn't a joke. It wasn't a joke. She wanted some of that action, okay? It says it right there in the book. Anyway, so that's going on here. Okay, now he's having a major anxiety attack because now he's starting to fucking put two and two together, which is true. Okay, for us guys, whenever we get dumped like that, we start, you know, she doesn't tell us. Usually she doesn't tell, unless you ask her and she just fucking, you know, breaks down and tells you. She ain't gonna tell you she's fucking somebody else. Even after they break up, you will find out from a third party that she was seeing another person the whole time, okay? Usually they won't tell you right up front, okay? Because they don't want to be bad. They don't want to look bad. They want to make it your fault, okay? It's your fault that she's dumping you, that she cheated on you, okay? They don't want to accept any responsibility. And yeah, I say that for the guys too. I'm not giving the guys up, but when guys do it because they're fucking around, yeah, it's their fault too, okay? I'm not saying it's all women. No, guys do this too, okay? But in this case, it's the girl that dumped him, okay? So yeah. So she's not going to accept any responsibility. It's all him. It's because he didn't want to change. He didn't want to fucking be the kind of boyfriend that she wanted. Okay, so she cheated on him, and then, you know, which gave her the motivation to just fucking leave him now. Because once you've cheated on your boyfriend, you know, even if he doesn't find out about it, you're always going to know. So what the fuck? You've already fucking set it on fire. Why fucking stick around and try to put it out when you can just fucking leave now? You see what I mean? Okay, so it's easier to leave once you fucking already burned the fucking house down than it is to move back in. All right, so he can't sleep. He's having horrible fucking anxiety attacks, thinking about Laura fucking Ian. Okay, and we hear this Barry White music, which was weird. Okay, he starts screaming and convulsing in bed. Yes, now I mentioned this earlier. We saw him do this before at the train station, okay, when his girlfriend Charlie, played by Catherine Zeta-Jones, the first time he saw her, he was screaming at her in the rain, screaming at her to come downstairs and let him in so they could talk. Okay, and instead he sees her on the window, and then she's got this other guy there with her. Okay, once he sees that, he shuts up and he fucking has his little panic, well, not little, but this big panic attack, and puts his head in his hands and starts screaming out loud, ah, ah, you know, because his heart had been broken so fucking hard. Well, now he's doing it again. Now he's fucking twirling around in the bed, holding his fucking head, screaming out loud, ah, 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 you know, and I understand that. He's low, okay? Most of us guys, man, we've been there. I've been there, but I didn't react this way, but I know what it's like to not sleep. I know it's like to not be able to sleep because you're having fucking panic attacks every fucking hour. I know not to be able to eat. You can't sleep. You sure as fuck can't work. You can't even watch TV. You know, it's horrible. It's a fucking horrible feeling. That's what he's going through right now. He's starting to realize all the fucking shit that he did wrong. Now, earlier in the movie, he's already been depressed and melancholy throughout the whole movie so far. Okay, the movie begins with Laura dumping him. Okay, so he's already upset. He's already depressed. He's already sad, but he's trying to fight it. He's trying to fight. He knows what's going to happen if he continues to let these bad vibes continue to get stronger inside of him. He is going to fucking explode. He's going to have a meltdown. He doesn't want to have a meltdown. He's trying to protect himself from going there. So he's distracted himself. He's hanging out with his friends. He's going to work. He's listening to music. You know, he's pacing around. He's smoking a shitload of fucking cigarettes throughout the whole fucking movie. He's doing all these things to keep himself from having a fucking emotional breakdown. And for the most part, it's been working. It has been working, okay? He hasn't gotten so fucking bad that he was screaming in his fucking head, in his hands, like he was when Charlie broke his heart. Okay, but now all that fighting is done. It's done. What he was afraid was going to happen is going to happen, and it happens right now. He has a fucking meltdown. He has lost it. He has fucking lost all resistance. Okay, all hope he had of preventing himself from feeling that horrible sense of fucking fuck you that's inside his heart right now. Okay, all that he'd been struggling against, trying to put off, trying to prevent from happening is now happening, okay? He's having a fucking emotional breakdown in bed, screaming. I mean, he's crying, he's screaming, he's convulsing, he's doing all this shit, okay? He did not want this to happen, but now it's there. Everything that he was afraid of, his biggest fear, not just right now, not just with Laura, but since he was 14, okay? And he caught Allison Ashmore kissing Kevin Hart, what the fuck is his name? Kevin Bannister. Okay, ever since that, okay, the first time he saw the girl that he liked kissing another boy, all those things that he was afraid would happen to him ever since that moment are now happening to him again. He's already been through this with Charlie. Now he's going through it in the present time. Okay, the fact that he learned nothing from Charlie, the fact that this always keeps happening to him. Okay, he thought that she left because she just wasn't happy with him right now. Okay, but he didn't really understand why. But now he knows that she was fucking another guy. Okay, she was with another guy. Okay, that's why she left. Now he knows the truth. Okay, now he knows what she didn't tell him. Okay, now he's understanding, oh my God, it's even worse than I fucking thought. It's how could I fucking have let all this happen? How could all this could have happened and I didn't see it? Why the fuck didn't I see it? Why the fuck was I so stupid and naive? Okay, I've been through this before. I should have known better. But I didn't. I still let it happen. It still happened to me all over again. How could I be so fucking stupid? Ah! You know, I mean, just like in that black hole. He's in the black hole. You know, and obviously I've been there too, so I know exactly what he's going through, okay? I know he's fucking hurt. He's done. He's done. There's only so much fucking pain that a human being is capable of tolerating before once he reaches that threshold, that limit of pain, he can't go anymore. He just can't. That's it. There's only so much that a human being can fucking take. Okay, stress-wise. There's only so fucking much, and he has reached his now. That's it. He's fucking done. He has nothing left. There's no gas left in the tank to fight this off anymore. Okay? There's nothing left in him now. Okay? He is broken. He is officially broken in half. Okay? And that's a horrible place to be. It's one of the worst feelings in the world, okay? But the way I look at it now with my own experience in life is like, if you get broken that hard, okay, that just means you have to get back up. Okay? You're still alive, right? You're not feeling so good, but you're still alive. Okay, that means you still have a purpose here on this fucking earth. Okay, so get the fuck up and let's fulfill that purpose. Okay, and that's why I always tell you guys out there. Okay, it's all about the self-respect. You gotta love who you are first and foremost. Nobody can take that away from you. Nothing anyone does to you can take that away from you. You gotta have self-respect. You gotta love yourself first before you can love another human being. Okay, you love other people based on how you love yourself. If you can take care of yourself, then you can take care of other people. If you take care of other people, but you don't give a shit about yourself, you're fucked. You're fucked. And that's what Rob is, okay? He keeps depending on women to make him happy. He can't make himself happy. No wonder she fucking left him. And this is coming from a guy who did the exact same things that he did. Shit. Anyway, so yeah, she's been trying to fight it off, but he's lost. He's having his emotional breakdown, okay? Now, Rob looks at us. He looks at the audience, okay? Obviously, he's been crying. He's still in bed. He's still gripping the pillow. And he says, like, number 5 on my list of worst breakups, Jackie Alden. Jackie and our breakup had absolutely no effect on my life at all, whatsoever. It was a casual thing, and I was happy when it ended. I just slid her in there so I could bump Laura off the list. But now, congratulations, Laura. You made it to the top 5 with a bullet. Okay, now in the beginning of the movie, he did list his top 5 breakups, and Jackie Alden was on that list. We have not seen her yet, and now we realize the reason we haven't seen her is because he lied. He lied to us. Okay, that should tell you something about him. He lied to us. Okay, the audience. Okay, the reason he put her in there was because he didn't want to put Laura in there, because he didn't want to accept the fact that they were broken up. Okay, he was trying to preserve his self-esteem. He was trying to stave off that meltdown that he's having right now. Okay. No, those other girls really fucking hurt me, but Laura, she would never do that. No, this will never happen again. I've learned from my mistakes. This will never happen to me again. So he put a fucking fake name in there so that he wouldn't acknowledge the damage that Laura has done to him. All right, and that he's being damaged again. All right. So he's depressed, he's moody at work, okay? He's got the sunglasses on, he's just fucking sitting there smoking a cigarette, not even really smoking it, just letting it burn in his hand, you know? And a customer comes up to him, you know, and asks him if he has any soul, and he's just like, I don't know. And then he tells her, oh, it's that aisle over there, okay? You know. Another thing, this kind of scene reminded me of a guy that I knew. I used to work at this titty bar. I was a manager there, and one of my friends was a DJ there. Okay, and the DJ, this guy would get hit on by women. I mean, he's the fucking DJ in a fucking titty bar. Of course the girls are gonna hit on him. Okay, so he's always being surrounded by pussy. They're always hitting on him, okay? And of course, he would fuck a lot of them. He would, okay? But he would always get broken up, okay? He would get with a girl, a really hot girl. A girl was much younger than him. This guy was in his fucking 40s, and these girls were like in their early 20s. And he would fuck them. They'd be together. He would parade her around. Here's my trophy girlfriend, you know? He would take her to all the parties that we would go to, like, you know? And we'd all just be, oh my God, how did a guy like that get a girl that fucking hot? You know, he would do that all the fucking time. And then the girl would cheat on him. And then he would come into work all fucking upset and hurt and shit. And he'd want to go drinking with us. Oh, she broke my heart, Diego. She broke my heart. You know? And this would happen to him over and over again. Okay? Okay, over and over again. Now, a normal guy like me would think like, dude, you lucky motherfucker. You got all these hot girls fucking you. You got all these hot girls fucking you, and it's because you're a fucking DJ. You know, you should be lucky. But no, he didn't feel lucky. He didn't feel lucky at all. He felt like these girls kept hurting him over and over. They kept breaking his heart. They kept fucking cheating on him all the fucking time. Then he would find out about it and he'd be devastated. You know, he'd be depressed. Sometimes he'd drink too much at work. He couldn't even, we'd call in sick sometimes because he was too fucking upset because fucking Bambi fucking cheated on him or some shit, you know? And I'm just like, dude, man, you're looking at it the wrong way. This guy, here's a guy that you would think that a DJ in a fucking titty bar would be fucking plowing the field and just going through all of them, right? No, this guy was falling in love with all of them. Okay, you know why? Because he got a job as a DJ to get laid. He didn't do it to get laid. He did it to fucking find a hot girl to fall in love with him. You see, you ain't gonna find a hot girl to fall in love with you in a fucking titty bar. Jesus Christ. That's fucking dating 101 right there. But anyway, at least not one that you want, that's for sure. Anyway, so that's why I can't understand with Rob, you know? He's dating all these girls and shit, but yet he's crying about all of them. Dude, man, come on. Anyway. So he's sitting there all depressed in his store behind the counter, and all of a sudden Liz walks in. Now, Liz, like I said, is Joan Cusack. That's the one he was talking to earlier. And she storms right in there all pissed off in her business suit. And he's like, oh, hey, Liz. He's on the phone, actually. He's like, oh, hey, Liz. She's like, hey, Rob. You fucking asshole. And then she walks away. And she walks away. He's just like, yeah, so why did that happen? Okay, so yes, that happened, all right. So after that, Rob has a heart-to-heart talk with us, okay? He's at the Green Mill Mall in Chicago, which I've been there before, but it's in the north side, okay? Now, if you're from Chicago, okay, most of you know about Wrigley Field, like at 1060 West Addison. That's Wrigley Field, okay? That's where the Chicago Cubs play, okay? Well, everything north of that in Chicago is called Boys Town, okay? That's where all the gay people live, okay? Up until about Montrose, okay? So you go from Addison, Montrose, and then you get to Lawrence, right? Well, right there on Lawrence, okay, in Broadway, in that area there, just north of the gay neighborhood, is the Green Mill. Now, the Green Mill is a bar. It's been there forever. Before it was a bar, it was a speakeasy, okay, back when Prohibition was going on. It was one of Al Capone's favorite joints. He used to hang out there and drink there all the time. He used to make his fucking a beer there, okay? He used to make his liquor in that place, okay? But because, the cops were all paid off, they didn't bother him, okay, until Elliot Ness showed up, okay? But, all right, so yeah. So it's kind of a famous place. I didn't live that close to it, but I would go there a lot. My friends would want to go out there every once in a while. It's like a shrine to Al Capone. Even the furniture in there looks like it's from the 1920s, okay? That's how old it looks, okay? Old and beat up, but it's a legend. It's a famous drinking fucking hole. It's a dive bar, but it's got big Al Capone cred on there, okay? So yes, I've been there many times. And even after I saw this movie, I still used to go there, and be like, oh yeah, man, I just saw this movie where he was in here. John Cusack was in here. They filmed a scene in here, okay? There's also a scene where they filmed at my job, and I will get to that when it happens. Okay, but yeah, so the Green Mill is a bar that I used to go to a lot. Not as much as I wanted to. I probably went there at least once a month, okay? Because like I said, it was really far. It was kind of far north in the city, but it was there, and it was in the city, okay? 4802 North Broadway. Yes, absolutely, yeah. I've had many a good drunken nights in that place, okay, with friends, okay? Good times. All right, I'm going to stop my review right here, but I'll be back shortly to continue my review of High Fidelity. I thank you for watching this long, and I will see you soon on the next one. Bye.